pain, but I can't let you hurt me ever again. What I gotta do to be loved? What I gotta do to see love? A battle I'm sure to lose. Chest wide open from the exit wounds, and you pull the trigger. But if I say what you want me to say.
All right, season 5 Cal Podcast. We back. Ooh, got too much smoke going on the camera. But we back with another episode, and you already know this season we talking about Black women. And we got a guest with us tonight that was recommended to us by TJ. So let me go through her credentials real quick. She's a mother, she is mother of Armani and Melis. I hope I said that right. Melise. Okay, Melise. She has a bachelor's and master's from Grambling State University, so you already know she Graham fam. And she's the owner, principal, and consultant of M3M Consulting LLC. We want to welcome to the cap the one and only I hope I don't mess this up, Maisha McConnell.
That is correct.
Ooh, I'm good with this. How you doing, Maisha?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, so you was recommended to us by TJ. He was like, we got to get you on. So I sent the invitation out, you accepted, and here we are.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so before we get started, make sure talking about Black women, which is our topic. The first question that we ask everybody is real. This question is, and we stole this from Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. Is how is your mental health?
How is my mental health? I think you would have to. Mine varies very much so, and it's probably going to depend on the day you ask me. Okay. Some days I have highs, some days I have lows. You know, it just depends on necessarily what's going on. You know, being a single mom, being a professional, doing so much day to day. It differs from day to day. I'm not afraid to say when those days are the worst days for me, and I'm not feeling good or my best. I'm very vocal about that. But then some days are better than others. My mental health is really going to be driven by basically what I got going on. I carry a load, right? And I know when to take a break, and then I know when I can keep pressing on. So I think the key to that is knowing yourself and being able to be honest with yourself and extend yourself some grace as well.
Sure. That's a good answer. That's the first somebody ever said their mental health be up and down. Usually people say one thing, but to say it's up and down, I think that might be a normal because some days you're up, some days you're down, but some days you got to press through because you're a mother. So really, you really can't be too down for too much long.
Nope, you cannot.
Okay.
No, you cannot.
So our second question is, and this question we got coming through the pandemic, because during the pandemic, I saw a lot of Black women. I didn't see Asian, I didn't see Mexican, I didn't see white. I saw nobody else. I saw only Black women getting attacked. So my question is to you, Maisha, do you have a gun and do you have a gun license?
I do not. And I will tell you that is something that my son stays on me about all the time.
And I'm with him.
And I'm gonna say that it's something that I'm gonna do. I don't know why I feel like I'm so terrified of it, but and maybe because I have a young preteen here at home, but yeah, he's right, you know, and you're right. So I promise I'm gonna get that taken care of.
Please do. Now you don't have to get a gun, but you can get a taser. You can get a taser, a nice little taser, just to give you enough time. But you know, I always tell women if you do have a gun, you ain't got to kill them, but you could put 2 in the air to let them know that you pack.
That's true.
So I'm with your son, and I'm gonna be on you by getting this gun license and getting it taken care of at least before the summer.
I got you. All right. I promise.
We got you on record, so we're recording this. So if anything changes, all I gotta do is go to YouTube and replay this over and over and over again. So I'm glad you said I promise live. We're recording. All right. So Maisha, we talking about Black women this season. We want to talk to Black women. We want to know what's going on. But before we get started, we got questions from Ace Metaphor with tonight's conversation, and we got relationship questions, and we got after dark questions. Now,
oh my,
you got to pick 7 cards, but it has to be 4-3. Can't be 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0. So, Maisha, I'm gonna let you choose. Are you gonna do 4 relation, 3 after dark, or 4 after dark, 3 relation?
I do 4 relationship, 3 after dark.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of one of these relations. Yeah, this would have been a good question if I could have asked it. All right, Maisha, this season we want to know, in your own opinion, what is the state of Black women in the year 2023, in your own opinion?
State of Black women disrespected,
Come on.
not rewarded for everything that they do and bring to the table, overlooked, mostly in their profession, and just overall not given the credit that they deserve. I would say that's the state of Black women, even though Black women make up about 13-14% of the population in the United States. We don't get the credit that we deserve, whether that's from our peers, our fellow Black women, definitely not in the corporate setting or the corporate world, deal with so many microaggressions. And, I hate to be the one to say that the Black men, I believe sometimes are one of the main ones that are quite disrespectful to the Black women. So that's what I feel the state of Black women is right now in the United States.
Okay, now you said disrespect, not getting their credit. You even give it now with everything, because like right now it seems like everybody's putting a Black woman in front of something. Like they promoting it and showing, because it seems like the Black woman is now, I guess, I ain't gonna say the benchmark, but the trophy to have in front of your business.
Well, it would be the trophy because of everything that they're now doing with the whole diversity and inclusion thing, So, they gotta pull a play from somewhere, right?
Mhm.
They gotta pull a play from somewhere, across, especially with the onset of what happened with George Floyd. You hear across the board diversity, inclusion. And of course, that's going to be the first thing that they gotta go do, right? And use that Black woman necessarily as a trophy. Is it warranted? Yes, it's definitely warranted, but it's about time, right? I just hate that it had to take an incident such as this to press forth to just pinpoint and talk about diversity and inclusion and having the Black woman at the face and the forefront.
Oh, yeah.
It's a step in the right direction. I guess, we look at it like this, we'll take it any way we can get it.
I see it as a step, but I just don't want it to be like right now it's about y'all. And then 2 years later, it's like, all right, we gave y'all shot. What are y'all complaining about now? Because I mean, that's what most people say about, excuse me, that's the stereotype that they give Black women, that y'all complain and don't get all this. But it's like, how many Black women, I'm gonna go back to Hidden Figures, that movie. I did not know that. So it now got me thinking, how many Black women have done stuff that we haven't heard about?
That's true. And you probably will find out it's a lot. They're only going to give you just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I mean, it is going to be the complaints, right? Yes, we're there in the forefront for a little while. And that's what say, okay, you just give them a little taste so maybe they'll shut up. The key to it is making sure it's there and it stays there, right? It doesn't have to fade away.
I hope it don't, because it's so many Black women that just not getting they just due. And even in right now, the times we're in, it's like, if you go to a HBCU right now, any HBCU, I guarantee you there's a Black woman that in charge that we don't know about. But when stuff need to get done, they know who to run to.
Of course.
So I hope it don't. So now you are a mother, you are a businesswoman. So is the modern day black woman, is she dying out in today's time?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh,
Not at all.
you gotta
She the
talk to me.
backbone. She the backbone of the family. She the backbone of everything. She got to show up every single day for her kids, for whatever role she may play outside the house. If it's a role where she's playing in a community organization, sorority, whatever, it's not going to ever fade away. It's always going to have to be there, right?
Even in the entrepreneur store that, like most black women are in today?
Of course, because a lot of black women are tired of the sitting and waiting game. They want they just do. So they branch out and they go and they do something necessarily on their own. Prime example for me. I've been in corporate America over almost 25 years, and recently, last year, got a taste of what they call corporate burnout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And pushing myself and not realizing, what am I doing it for? I'm doing it because I got to live. I'm doing it because I got to provide for my kids. But also I was doing it because they told me I couldn't do it. And I broke those barriers. But then it led to burnout. So when I took a break off and was able to regroup, I branched out and started doing something on my own.
Okay.
So,
what up, TJ? What up, TJ?
What's up? What's up?
Hey,
How y'all feeling?
TJ.
What's up, Maisha?
How are you doing, Grand Fam?
I'm doing good. How you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good deal. Good deal. You looking good?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Maisha, we're going to your first relationship question.
Oh gosh.
Okay, now this is for your boo, your babe, your man, whatever.
Oh Lord.
If your boo is gone for too long, what is the most important thing you can miss about it?
Probably just his presence. Him being there, providing a layer of security and assurance. So I would say his presence.
Okay. Now we're going to the nasty after dark question.
Oh gosh.
Do you like to give or receive oral sex?
Of course, receive.
Wait, I got a question. I know you like to receive, but do you like giving too, or is it just you want to receive more than you give?
Hey, you got to come to a common ground.
Okay.
The question was, do I like to give or receive? Right. I like to receive.
Okay. All right. I respect that.
That was the question. Okay. Season 5 Cal podcast. We got Maisha in here. So, Maisha, as a mother, yes. Let me ask you a question. Your kids, what are the age range?
My son is soon to be 27, and my daughter just turned 12. I have a 15-year age gap with my kids. Yep.
Okay. So
I know you're probably like, oh gosh.
Yeah, no. Because I'm glad it is a gap. I thought maybe they was close to each other, but you have some women who say they don't want to start over. So if they did have a 27-year-old and they get with somebody like a new guy in their life, and they don't want to do that. So when that happened for you, was just like you was ready, or you just like woke up and found out you was pregnant?
I'm not gonna necessarily say I was ready. I will tell you that it wasn't something that I had planned, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we grown, it happens necessarily. I will say I was in the mindset of I'm older now. Let me see how this is. I was excited, not shocked necessarily, but scared too, right? Because I had put in all the work really young as a mom. My son basically grew up with me, would take him to class with me in college and everything. So it was just like starting over, but I welcomed it. And it's much, much different than the first time around.
Now, what is the biggest difference from your first time and then to the second time?
Well, one of the main differences, the first time it was a boy, the second time it's a little girl. So I would say that's the first thing. And I would say I think the first time is I was so hell bent on not trying to make a mistake, right? Being a young mom to a young African American male, a lot of people would say, well, dang, Maisha, you was really hard on him. But I wouldn't necessarily say I was hard on him. I refused to let the streets have him. So I would say my parenting style was probably a little bit more strict then because I was on him about every little thing. Where now I find myself having a little bit more patience and a little bit more lenient with my daughter. And times have changed. And I had to grow up. I grew up seeing things that my parents did, and I thought it was the right way to parent. But soon to find out, just because your parents did it doesn't necessarily make it right. So with my daughter, I do things a little bit different. So with age comes wisdom. I grew within that time, and I'm not the same parent I was with my son.
Let me say this: when you see me look this way, it's not that I'm paying attention. I'm just checking on the my other iPad that's recording from. So if I turn my head, it's not I'm not paying attention. I'm just checking, making sure everything good. Okay. Now you did say about your son growing up. You say he was hard on him. In today's time, do you think that prepared him? Because right now, with the Black boys getting stopped by police at a higher rate than normal, and then the cameras, like, do you think that actually prepared your son for today's time?
I do. I'm so proud of him. He has a bachelor's and master's degree, both in accounting. Never been arrested. He has broken that generational curse. He doesn't have any kids outside of wedlock or marriage or anything. Gray head on his shoulder. So I feel like I did what I was supposed to do in regards to raising him. And extremely proud of him.
Now, flipping it to your baby girl.
Oh, gosh.
Because like I told you, like during the pandemic, I saw a lot of Black women getting attacked. I didn't see Asian, I didn't see white, I didn't see Latino. It was strictly Black women. So how, as a mother living in today's time, how's that feeling with your baby girl growing up in this time?
Oh my, it is extremely scary every single day. Not just even from the standpoint of attack. Trafficking is at an all-time high. I am terrified every time she walk out the door. Every time she walk out the door. I think with her, I may have been on my son just to make sure, I don't lose him to the streets. More so with her, making her very aware of her surroundings, teaching her things. Yeah, she's 12 years old, and you would say you look at her and she could maybe be a little bit older, but even to the point if we go somewhere, I don't even want her out of my sight. Every time I'm look up reading about something, trafficking is at a all-time high. They are kidnapping and taking these young girls. So I'm terrified every single day. Don't even half the time want her going to catch the bus by herself, So
so I have
different worries.
I have a question. Do you, speaking about your daughter, do you, like, when you have conversations about what's going on in the world today, do you go at it about like in a roundabout way, or do you go directly and be like, look, baby, you got people out here that's trafficking and doing all this and doing all that? Like, how are those conversations?
Oh, I'm very direct with her.
Direct with it? Okay.
Very direct. I'm very direct and transparent, period. There's no beating around the bush, trying to put cherry on top. No.
Yeah. Tell it like it is, right?
Tell it like it is.
I like that.
And even if you don't believe me, I'm gonna bring up some stories and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Maisha, that's Perk. This is Maisha. I don't know if y'all know each other.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
So
I'm doing well.
Just for the record, it's all Graham fam on here. Just to point that out to everybody. So I think this is maybe the third time we did it like this.
Mm.
So grand family in the building there. All right.
Hey,
All right, Maish. Yeah, we go into a relationship question, Maish.
Okay.
All right. In your next relationship, if the spouse or you boo whatever, if they don't have no kids, would that be a serious commitment for you to continue with them or not?
If they don't have any kids,
Mm-hmm.
Is it a non-negotiable?
I don't care if you have kids or not.
What if you want more kids?
I can't have any, so I don't know what he's gonna do.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that answer that
Good
question.
question. Yeah, because that was part 2. You already killed that one.
Right.
So
Do you
yeah.
guys not know how old I am? TJ,
I mean-
did you not tell them how old
I mean,
I
listen,
am?
no, I did not
We-
tell them.
We don't ask. We just saying, you know,
Yeah.
we don't know what God gonna do.
All I said is she'll bring that mature woman's perspective.
And plus, you never know what God might do in the near future. He might somehow wake up that womb, and there you go with a 1-year-old.
Sarah was in the 90s, wasn't she? So hey, you know, the Lord can do things.
Yeah, don't
All
tell
I'm
me.
gonna say is adoption is real. That's all I can say about that right there.
I understand.
Okay. Mhm. All right, now going to after dark question, and you are a mature woman, so in vivid details, how would you describe your private area?
Oh,
Clean and very well manicured.
Mm.
that's a mature woman's answer. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so mother, your son 27, your daughter is 15. What is
12.
date?
She's 12.
12.
Don't put those.
The 15-year
She's
gap.
12. Oh, it's a 15-year gap.
15-year gap.
15-year gap. Your baby 12. Your baby 12. So all you perverts out there. That baby 12. So what is the dating scene like for you now?
I would say null and void. One because
don't try to speed past that word.
What? Null and void.
Non and void. Why is it non and void?
No.
Null and void.
Null and void.
Pretty much non-existent a lot. I mean, it's kind of like, for me, it's like if it happens, it happens. One, I'm going to be honest, I don't go a lot of places to even put myself out there to date. Two, I'm always working, or I'm always busy, or I'm always consumed with something else that's going on. So I would say I don't put myself out there. I'll put myself out there. And then when it does happen, it kind of just fades away. Because when you're trying to date someone, get to know someone, you got to put in the time, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll just be honest to say, a lot of times I don't have the time to put in.
Mm.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's not a great thing, right? But I will tell you, if it's somebody that I feel it's worth me putting my time, I'll make more of an effort.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think we got to this point tonight that might for Maisha to be on, because I posted I shared a post on Instagram on my story, and it was like basically telling women to stop giving men their number when they working like 80+ hours a week or something like that. And she responded. Right. And we went back and forth about that. I said, you know what? We got to get you on the podcast, man, because she was real with it. She was like, hey, listen, I got to do what I got to do to take care of my children. I said, man, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why we here tonight.
But it's okay. So, because I just want 80 hours a week. Let's just throw this in. Let's say you are working 80 hours a week. Is that
not
good?
Anymore? Not anymore.
No. I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say your business is in the beginning phase. M3M.
M3M, yes.
M3. Let's say it was in the beginning phases. You putting in 80 hours, but it is somebody that you might be interested in. Like, is it like possible to bring down them 80 hours? Maybe 40 or 60?
Of course.
It would be the same for men. She's saying 80 hours, but what she's saying is the same thing men say. If they want to make time for it, they'll make time for it.
Right. But then too, at the same time, if that person really wants to be in your life and you are working those 80 hours, they would also understand and make adjustments too. And then y'all just have to come to a common ground on how y'all gonna operate. Like shit, it don't take long. I mean, it don't take much. Like if y'all can come to it, say, hey, look, Saturday morning, like that's my only free time, and I got like 4 hours. I bet we gonna go to brunch that morning, then we're gonna go do something else, and then boom, you get back to work, I'll go do my work, and then we'll reconvene the next week when we both have free time. It's ways
And
around it.
it is ways around it, and that's so true. I used to always say, let me check my calendar. And I'm gonna be honest, guys would get very annoyed by that and believe it was a turnoff, right? Let me check, you're gonna have to pencil me in. And it's like they were really taking it the wrong way. But me being so transparent and direct, I'm being honest here. Let me check my calendar. Let me see what type of appointments I got. Let me see what I gotta do for my daughter. And it wasn't that I was trying to be playful or play the game. I was really serious. Okay, let me check my calendar. And
most men don't know. Most men wouldn't know what that means unless they had a calendar.
And I was gonna get there.
Most men don't have calendars, so they wouldn't know. Like, oh, she really got a calendar, because most men, unless they in like corporate or in some kind of executive role, they probably wouldn't have a calendar. It's just all of, I gotta do this, and this. So
I get that. But then too, it comes from knowing who you step into. You step to me, I'm in corporate. So 9 times out of 10, that's just how I'm gonna have to roll.
So let me ask you this question.
Oh, go ahead, Bert.
What if you saying that to a person, but they the right person though?
If they the right person, they gonna understand and they gonna know we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, they gonna respond.
No, that's not necessarily true. Because if I could be the right person and not be knowing what that means though. Because calendars are a part of something that's just became in a phase though. Calendars are always there.
So I'll respond to that. Now I'm coming from my perspective. If someone is quote unquote the right person but don't know how to respond to that, then technically they're not the right person. Like you go back to being equally yoked. If that person was equally yoked with her and she said that, then they will automatically understand because they're on the same path, right? So if he don't understand what a calendar is, then he probably
that's not necessarily true though. See, you keep saying equally yoked. You could be equally yoked in different aspects. But that's why I said calendars just came about. They're not a thing of, okay, we've been doing calendars for a while now. It could be a hardworking man who might not have a calendar, who's just like, okay, I'm a hardworking man, I don't have a calendar, I don't understand what that is. That ain't necessarily saying that he's taking that as, okay, she got a calendar, she trying to play me. But a person who might not know what a calendar is might be like, okay, she really don't want to talk to me. She's not interested in me. My question is, what if that's the right person though? Because sometimes we do stuff and not think like, okay, they might not even really know what that means. But let me explain what that really means.
Well, I would hope that he would be open enough and transparent enough that he doesn't know and let me be able to tell him what it means. And if he still want to, pursue or do whatever, then we can necessarily go from there. It's nothing wrong with not knowing. If you don't know something, ask. Give me the opportunity to explain.
Well, that's a true statement. But here go the other problem with that. A lot of women are indifferent in aspects. There's no consistency. So one woman, you might ask the question of, okay, what does this mean? And now she's not interested. So now you run into this woman as yourself and you're questioning your motives of, okay, do I ask this question or do I don't ask this question? Do I think I go or whatever? So for me, it's hard to gauge women, especially when you start talking about different levels of women. Like when you start talking about corporate women, you start talking about entrepreneurs. So that was why I asked the question, because a lot of men, regardless of what state they in, like we always talk about the woman who makes more than the man, and the man makes $45,000. And most women say, well, nah, I don't want that. But then it's like, okay, if I make $45,000 and you make $100,000, and I know I'm a good man, better than all the men you talk to, why wouldn't I talk to you though? Yeah, I see you blink your eyes like you're thinking. Well, go ahead.
I am thinking.
Okay.
And I think it goes back to your point about the level of the woman. I mean, I don't care. I would want you to ask me. I don't care what the answer is. I'm real big on communication. I'm real big on let's talk about this. And I mean, it is what it is. That's just how I am.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, because you say you big on communication. Being big on communication, and a lot of men will be in a relationship with a woman and want to be open up front. And then after a while, when they get to talking to a woman and she says things that might not be, for lack of a word, I don't want to say disrespectful, but puts down them being vulnerable, that they end up being mute. How do you fix that situation?
Wait a minute. Rephrase that question again. I'm sorry. Who gonna be open up front? Me or the man?
You good. So you're talking to a man.
Mm-hmm.
So we know most men have a problem with being vulnerable.
Yes. And shows no emotions. Yes, that is a problem.
Okay, but most men start out wanting to be vulnerable. They end up not being vulnerable because of what a woman says when they are trying to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice that he's not being vulnerable with you anymore, how do you fix that?
Well, if he's not, then something has happened. Either he's lost interest, he don't trust me no more, and he don't feel comfortable enough opening up anymore. So for me, I look inward and I ask, okay, I wonder if it's something that I have done. And I'm going to straight up go to him and ask, hey, what's going on? Is it something that I did or said that made you shut down and feel that way? I ain't always right. The woman ain't always right. That's why you got to open up. Ask what you want to know. And sometimes our mouth do get the best of us and we get the popping off. And sometimes we don't say things that we should say. But I ain't going to be hush mouth either. I'm going to get my point across. And then probably apologize later.
So you
apologize later.
She probably intimidated a lot of dudes anyway.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
So this is
not me.
This is not a cut to you, but because, and I'm gonna say most, and that's just because a lot of men are sensitive, but they want to be hard. But a woman of, I'm gonna say, of maturity, because that's the word y'all use. Mm-hmm. But I'm also gonna say confident and transparent and straightforward intimidate some men because they want to be alpha.
I know.
And you might be a little bit more alpha than them.
I've heard that. If I had $1 for every time I've heard that, I would be rich. So yeah, I get it.
Let me ask you a question. Are you, and when I say this question, this is not just for you. And I think TJ have said this a couple of times, but I know I've been saying it since we had the podcast. The word that I'm going to use is just not for you. It is a universal word. It's a vice versa word for the two people in a relationship. Most people think when we talk to a woman that we're just speaking that it's only to them. But are you submissive to a man? Mm-hmm. Like, is he going to have to be aggressive with it? Or are you just going to give it?
I'm getting a little, he might have to be aggressive with it.
I got that he gonna have to. Let me say this. His initial his initial lead is gonna have to have some bite to it.
Yeah.
Gonna have to have
Go
a
with it.
pride.
Yeah.
For her to know
Yeah.
that he got a little bite in him. She
Yeah,
ain't
he
gonna
don't he don't have to have a little bite in him. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. We getting that vibe. I'm getting that vibe.
so Florida, alpha or beta?
I want to say alpha, but it's like it's. I feel it's a beta.
I don't see no beta.
I do because it's a
I don't
vulnerability.
see-
Right now.
But here go the thing. See, when we talk about alpha beta, we even as an alpha, you can still be submissive. You're just only gonna be submissive to another alpha though, regardless of if it's a male or female. That's just like being.
Let me say this. The reason why I said it because you want to know. She said she in the beginning stages. The modern women. She said it's not dead. A lot of women are tired of trying to be the boss of the household and try to do everything. So I think she will be a beta to the right person.
Absolutely.
I think she will be an alpha to the right person. Because you gotta understand, first of all, you can't half step when you talk to her. And in order for her to follow you, you gotta be a leader. You can't just say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you the world, I'm gonna paint this picture, and not your actions don't show that. She ain't going.
Yeah, every time I'm talking about like, let's go out of town. Where we want to go? Well, let's go to Shreveport. Nah, that ain't gonna cut it, my boy. That ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Shreveport?
Yeah.
Not every time. Not every time. We could go for like a little what's them dates they call them staycation. But I see somewhere else like Costa Rica, Jamaica. I see you trying to get there.
Country girls. So I mean, it don't necessarily take all that for me, but it's nice.
Listen, let me say this. She need a man that's gonna be strong, that's gonna go out there and fix some stuff, cut some grass,
kill the pig.
He can barbecue. He can fix some low maintenance things in the house. If he can't do none of that, he gonna have some issues.
Empty the trash, make sure the car maintenance and all that stuff taken care of.
That ain't no beta. That's an alpha. Believe that. I don't care what she telling y'all. Believe she's not gonna be with a beta because, in the words of most women, she gonna overrun him, and he gonna be doing what she want to do, and that ain't gonna work.
That's not true.
That's not gonna work for too long.
That's not necessarily true, guys.
Yes, it is, because you ain't gonna feel protected if you the protector.
Not necessarily the protector.
Hey, question, but why your voice changed?
It did too.
I'm just asking. Most people when their voice change, they try
got real high pitch.
Yeah.
It did.
Season 5 Cal Podcast, we're talking about black women. So let me ask you this question because I really want to hear this from a black woman perspective. So ever since I cannot think of my guy name now, and I was thinking about him, but what's the dude that was in Creed with Michael B. Jordan?
Jonathan Majors.
So he took a picture with Michael B. Jordan, and then he did a Vanity magazine poster where he had on these tight pants and the pink sweater, and off top, people think that's what's the word I'm looking for?
Feminine.
Yeah. So from a black woman perspective, what do you see when you see two black men hugging each other, or a black man on a Vanity Affair cover? Let's not forget it's Vanity Affair, and he's got on tight pants and pink stuff, and like what do you see?
Heather said that.
Yeah.
As far as the cover, what I saw was an actor expressing an art form. That's what I saw. As far as the pictures of them together, I saw vulnerability and I saw brotherhood. That's what I got from those pictures.
So you didn't see no demasculation right in them pictures.
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, I don't get what the big fuss was about. I saw two black men. One, first of all, I saw a black man helping another black man in a movie that turned out to be $100 million the first weekend in box office.
Mm-hmm.
I saw two brothers helping each other. Then I saw another guy literally getting his shine from all the movies he's doing. And on top of that, I keep telling people it's Vanity Affair. Like he's gonna wear something weird. Like even Chad Boseman has something weird on Vanity Affair. Like it's not one of those magazines where you come in with sagging pants and all that. So I don't know what people are seeing, or they just feel, or they just act gay. I'm just gonna leave it at that point.
Well, I don't know why anyone would expect anything different from that type of cover for Vanity Affair. I just look at it as an art form.
Well,
Expressing himself in art form.
one thing is they don't really understand the content that they put out. So that's probably why, for one, why they was so outraged with it. But and then two, people just want an opinion. They have a outlet to where they can say whatever they want to say, and they're going to say it. Hopefully they get likes off of it, because that's the environment that we're in right now in the world. But you know, people just want to say shit.
PJ, did you raise your hand to talk?
Huh?
Did you raise your finger to talk?
Did I raise my finger?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
The point I seen you do this.
I probably did that earlier, but I did that so I can remember what the hell I wanted to say. Like that, I want to say something, but I got to remember.
Mature age, huh?
If I don't cut in, I'm gonna probably forget what I thought about.
Okay, you mature age. Okay. All right, Mike. I got another question for you. So this question I've been asking every woman that got on because I really want to know. Do black women know when a man value her or just desire her? And let me give you an example. It was a young lady that I really desired, and I did everything that a man that would value her did, but at the end of the day, I just wanted booty.
You just want what?
Booty.
Okay.
So can a woman dissect when a man value her or just desire her?
9 times out of 10, a woman can, and it's going to be driven solely on his actions, right?
I put in time with that girl. It took me a minute, but I got to it.
You put in time with her and you got to her, right?
So
just because you was putting in time, what else were you doing though? What else were you doing? Texting what?
Calling her. Maybe go to a brunch or something every now and then, checking on her.
That's not value.
But sometimes that makes us don't really want a person because we supposed to chase and they supposed to return some of that. But some of them think you just supposed to chase, and after the chase is over with.
Depends on the
woman. For me, I think valuing takes a little bit more than that. Sometimes you're gonna have to do a little bit something out of the ordinary.
Break it down.
Sometimes you're gonna have to do some things that valuing a person is really getting to know them, really getting to know what they like, really getting to know what they love language is, and really zoning in on that. Texting and calling and checking on somebody, that's just conversation. That has nothing of value to me.
See, but that's normal though for some of us. Some of us, that is normal things you do when you trying to talk to somebody. But like I said before, if you get like just like what he said, okay, so you texting, you calling, you listening to the conversations. So like I can tell you off top, I can ask 5 questions from the jump to know if I really want to talk to you or not. But also if you don't show that you're interested in me, and for a whole month I've been just trying to get to know you, and I found out you, and then if we go kick it, or if we do something, and after that I'm done, then that means you ain't showed me nothing back though. But you got
That's
it's
fair.
reciprocal. You got to
That is fair.
reciprocate.
That is totally fair. I totally believe in reciprocal energy.
Hey man,
But
we talking to a mature woman here.
That's why we asking. Talk to us, mate.
that's reciprocal energy, and I get it. That's fair. If she ain't reciprocating back, then 9 times out of 10, she ain't interested in you like that either, right? And I wouldn't blame you for not doing it anymore. But if that's somebody you really want and somebody you really value, you'll look beyond that and you'll keep doing it. And just because you chasing and you texting and you doing all this and doing all that, like you said, that is the norm. That's the standard. That's what we necessarily expect for you to do.
So I'm gonna say this for Perk. And TJ said this is a mature woman. I've been around some mature women. And the mature women I know ain't gonna let you go a month without reciprocating that y'all could keep going further, or we can stop right here.
I said that that's fair.
Okay.
I said that that's fair, but I also said if after a month and she don't reciprocate and you say that's done, that's good. That's all. Y'all ain't meant to be necessarily.
So let me.
But what I'm also saying is if she ain't doing all that necessary in a month, maybe you need to say why she ain't doing it. It could be something else going on. Some could have came up. She might be dealing with something. That's where, to me, that's where communication and being open and transparent is all right. She might not be able to reciprocate 100%. Something may have happened. She may be having rough days. Kids may be driving her crazy. She might be working on a project at work. It might be a lot of stuff she may be necessarily going through. But you can't just cut her off just because after a month she ain't doing one for one reciprocating. And I'm not just saying that from the woman's perspective. That go both ways. It could be the same thing with the man.
So what?
Life happens. Life happens. Sometimes people are thrown off of their game because of outside things and outside factors that happen that may keep them from being able to do that all the time.
So for you, what would you reciprocate back to if somebody was showing you that type of affection? What would be a way to let that person, for him to know, maybe I need to go a little bit harder. I'm almost to the goal mine.
Well, one, he gonna have to be doing more than just talking and texting.
We know that. You said that. You said that. But
he gonna have to be doing necessarily more than just talking and texting. For me, it's gonna have to be me seeing that you genuinely trying to get to know me. Trying to get to know me, know what I like, know what I dislike, necessarily know what I'm all about. Respect the fact that I am a parent. Respect the fact that I am a single mother. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that intimidate you from a standpoint where it feel like I gotta choose between you and my kid.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue, hold on. Before you continue, because you snapping that neck way too hard.
I'm just saying.
You snapping that neck way too. You getting real in deep. Okay, let me throw.
It's gonna have to be more than just talking and texting
right now.
So let me say this. So what if a coffee date? Let's say you put that on your calendar.
Yep.
But something come up and you can't make it. How would you reciprocate that back to him? Now he waited. You told him this the date I got, but something came up. I can't make the coffee date. What we doing?
I'm sorry. A meeting came up. It got scheduled at the last minute. I'm available such and such time. Let me treat you the coffee.
Come on now. See, now that's what you call a mature woman right there. Because
right,
most women just gonna tell you, hey, something came up. We're gonna have to reschedule, and don't reschedule at that time.
Yeah.
That's a sign of you really want to be you really want to be there, or you don't want to be there.
Right. Now, if I don't offer you no coffee and a makeup date, then I ain't that into you like that.
Amen.
Talk to it.
Them is them red flags that some people don't see.
Yeah, facts.
Going back to our relationship question, Mason. In your last relationship, did you lie, and why did you lie?
Lie?
Lie. L-I-E.
Yeah, she lied.
Relationship or situationship or what kind of shit?
Hey, so Florida, we're gonna go 2-part question.
Right.
We're gonna go situationship and relationship.
No.
No.
In my last relationship.
No.
We recorded.
Open the door. We gonna go through both of them.
Let's go. So relationship.
Did I lie? I did lie. I lied about spending some money on something that I was not supposed to spend some money on. So yes, I did lie.
It's relationship or situationship?
Relationship. This is relationship.
This is relationship.
Now, situation.
I ain't finna lie about nothing in no situationship. It just is what it is.
Come on now.
Going to the after dark question. This is your last one. Your spouse, Boo Bay, wants to role play, but he told you to pick the scenario. What y'all doing for tonight?
Come on, Lord.
Role playing, Mike.
Hey,
what y'all doing for tonight, Mike?
He is gonna have to be a maid, and he's gonna have to be very subservient.
She already had this on play.
She got the outfit. She already bought the outfit. She already got the outfit. She got the platter and what he gonna carry and everything. Yeah. She got the napkin to put on his arm and everything. Okay. So I gotta ask this question, man. This ain't got nothing to do with this. This ain't got to do with none of the questions that I wrote down to ask you tonight, but I just want to ask. Are you a cougar?
What's your definition of a cougar? What's the age range?
Is there a 10 or 15 age gap between you and him?
Has it been or is
no. I'm just asking in general. Don't try to play me.
I have dated. I think the youngest was someone that was 10 years younger than me.
Now, how was that relationship or situationship?
It was a relationship. It did not last long. He ended up cheating.
What's
so
long?
He had to go.
What's long?
Maybe about 2.5 years.
Dang.
Well, that was kind of long.
That's long. Yeah, that's 2 years.
That's like Commonwealth. Y'all was together for a while, right?
Yeah, it's 2 years. That was y'all don't took pictures.
Yeah, that's a good relationship.
You on his Instagram. He might have taken it down by now, but you was on his Instagram.
They wore shirts together. They wore shirts together for holidays.
All that. Matching pajamas.
I ain't wearing no shirts and no matching pajamas. Nah.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
So what is Maisha looking for in her next relationship?
Oh gosh. Someone that is emotionally available. Someone that is communicative, someone that will communicate, somebody that believes in expressing themselves, someone that's understanding, someone that doesn't mind a very professional, career-driven mother.
Okay, now we got the
and someone that's not intimidated.
Now, listen, Maisha, we got all the appetizers and all the sides to what you want. But tell us what you really want in that main course. Now, let's be honest. What you're really looking for.
I just told you.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
That's nice. Your voice change again.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. What we looking for really? Like if all that was right there in front of you, how would you want it shaped and sized?
Ooh, for me, of course.
So I can have this conversation because you're a mature woman. A young girl, man, I mean, we ain't got time for that. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Somebody that's probably 6 feet and above. You know, yeah, I like them kind of tall. Yeah, I like them tall, so I can look up to them.
Come on now, talk to us. Talk to us.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
A little stout, little thickness. No, because I'm thick. You know, I don't need. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, don't worry, we got pictures. We got pictures. Don't worry, we got pictures. Yeah, we got research. Huh?
I am partial. I will say I am partial to tall men. So I don't know. I've never been one to be just so superficial for everything in regards to the outer appearance, right? You know, I'm not gonna say, well, I ain't gonna, talk to you or give you a chance today because you too dark or you too light or you're not necessarily tall enough. You know, physicality matters. It does matter, but that is not the number one driving force for me in regards to a man. It's how you treating me. It's how you are concerned about what's going on necessarily with me in mind. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say physicality if I could just draw my ideal man. I don't know, because I just haven't been one to have that so much of a substance for me. And I know you may think it's not true, but it is. I just told you I like them tall, and that's just about all I can necessarily say. I ain't color struck. It don't matter what color he is, you know. But that's just me.
Do you think Black women are more doubted in today than usual?
More doubted as far as what, just all around?
I'm gonna keep it business wise. I ain't gonna say personal or relationship. I'm just say in business.
I wouldn't necessarily say they're doubted. I would say they're overlooked, right? They're overlooked, and people will deem them as a challenge, right? I think the Black woman faces that, you know, at home, in her personal life, and sometimes in her professional life, because 9 times out of 10, she's gonna always be stereotyped anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily say doubted. I feel like she's overlooked and always stereotyped because she is a Black woman.
Last relationship question, Maisha. And then we got some more stuff, and then we're gonna go to these Cal podcast questions. So, in your previous relationship, was there ever a time in your relationship where you ever thought this wasn't going to work? And why?
Yep. The reason why is because things happened where this particular person continually showed me that what I wanted or what I desired, and more so what I needed, was not important enough and was irrelevant. So after that, yep, I knew then it wasn't going to work. Especially when I was giving you everything you needed or wanted. So that reciprocal energy that he was talking about, it wasn't being reciprocated back. So I knew it wasn't going to work.
Like, Aisha, what are you doing for self-care for yourself? Because I hear a lot of Black women who are now on that self-care and my question to them is, why was you doing this in the first place?
Well, some of the things that I do all the time routinely. I get facials every month. I go to the hair salon every single week. I'm getting manicures and pedicures every 2 to 3 weeks. Because my profession can be very stressful, I'm making sure I'm doing a spa day at least once a quarter. And 9 times out of 10, because I like a good dinner or a good meal, I'll go take myself out to eat or go treat myself or get together with friends and just do kind of like gatherings like that. I like to read, I meditate. So those are some of the things that I do for self-care moments. And I like to sometimes just be by myself and just chill. I ain't got to go nowhere, I ain't got to necessarily do anything. So those are things that I do for self-care.
You say you like to read. What's on your reading list, or what's one of your favorite books?
Right now I am reading the Alpha Female Bible.
Oh,
You take this down for real. Okay. TJ Perk, y'all got anything?
no, nothing specific, or nothing right now.
Okay. Let's get to these Cal podcast questions. Now, mates, this is our question that we ask people. You gotta give us an answer. Some of the answers gonna be one or the other, fill in the blank, or maybe 2 out of 3, but whatever it is, but we need an answer. If you try to play us, Maisha, we'll be on this bitch all night until we get an answer.
Okay.
So, first question, Maisha. Love or money?
She done got caught up a little bit right now.
This is on the first question.
I would say love.
I'm getting mixed feeling about you saying love. It ain't solid.
Why?
I'm gonna keep moving, but it ain't solid. All right, financial literacy or health literacy?
Can it be both?
No,
Mm,
gotta pick one.
financial literacy.
All right, this one you can pick 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3. You can't pick 3 out of 3. T-shirt and panties, lingerie, or nothing at all.
Nothing at all, and t-shirt and panties.
Right, that's welcome back. All right, you can pick your
Those are
man.
leading, right?
Huh?
I think those two are leading, right?
Yeah, because it was off of the last 2 episodes, but they back on track. All right, this is a perk question, so you can choose your man: skinny, bulk, or big boy season.
Skinny what?
Bulk or big boy season.
Bulk.
All right.
6 feet bulk. 6 feet tall.
We ain't asked all that. We ain't asked all that. We was just bulk. We ain't asked all that. Okay, how many baby mamas is a deal breaker for you?
Ooh. I would say 2. No, 3.
So okay, I would say.
Okay.
So if it's 2, you're okay. That third one is an automatic no-go, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. If your pH balance is off, my issue, will you still let them go downtown?
That's just nasty.
My issue is wait 90 days even worth it?
No. If you wanna go for it, go for it.
My issue, who's more important in a young black girl life, her mother or her father?
Father.
What is the best advice a black woman ever gave you?
No matter what, put yourself first.
All right, this one is a fill in the blank. Black men should for black women. Black men should for black women.
Advocate.
Black women should for black men, and you can't use the same answer. Black women should for black men.
Respect.
That's a good one. Maisha, if you can have a conversation with 3 black women, dead or alive, who are they? You can have a conversation with 3 black women, dead or alive. Who are they?
Michelle Obama.
Obama is back.
Rosa Parks.
That's a first.
Mm-hmm. And Coretta.
Coretta King.
Scott King.
That's a first too.
It is. That I heard.
Michelle Obama, Rosa Parks, and Miss Coretta Scott King. Okay. So, Maisha, this is our question. This is a Cal Podcast question. We've been asking this question since season 1. Who has the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
What if I don't eat pancakes?
So that's a no to both.
But I would probably say Cracker Barrel.
Three, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, this was up. Okay, Maisha, I'm about to show you a picture of a black woman. You probably seen this black woman around, probably done came to your city, but I want you to tell us 3 things about this black woman that we might not know about her, that you might know about her, okay? So let me go to my photo. So tell us 3 things about this black woman that we don't know about.
That you don't know about?
That we don't know about, that you don't mind saying on a recorded podcast.
She is tired. Sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see, that you may not know about.
On a recorded podcast.
That you might not know about. Let me think. Something you may not know. Happy. I don't know.
So
tired.
Sophisticated and happy.
Yeah.
All right. That's 3 things. So, Maisha, this is the part of the podcast we let you promote your business. Please talk about your business. You give people your IG, whatever you want to talk about it. The floor is yours.
Well, I started a consulting company about, maybe back in 2018, but never got a chance to really work in it because I was too busy climbing the corporate ladder, making sure everybody else's money and finances were in line. So I came up with M3M Consulting. M3M stands for Maisha Maria McConnell. Of course, my 3 initials. It is a financial services, consulting, bookkeeping, all type of anything business oriented that a person may need and want. I am a degreed accountant, a 2nd generation accountant, so it's in my blood. Mm-hmm. So that's just a little bit about my business. If you need any financial services, consultants, hit me up. I'm not good with advertising and doing all that, so hey.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it and chop it up for you. So don't worry about that. We got you. We'll let the people know about you. So my last question before we wrap this thing up, Maisha, what do Black women need to do better in 2023?
Black women need to love themselves more in 2023. Stop letting it be about everybody else and dig deep and really, really love and care about you.
Season 5 Cal Podcast. Perk, PJ, y'all got anything else?
Man.
Maisha, boo, we really do appreciate you getting on, coming with that mature factor. I think well, no, we had somebody else, but this was a little eye-opening today.
Why was it such an eye-opener?
Because of the your answers.
What?
Different level of maturity.
Okay.
Well, I am a little much older, so I don't know.
Oh, we know you're a cougar. It's all good. We got this one. We got it. We got it. It's all good. But we really do appreciate you getting on, helping us out with this season. If it's anything we can do for you, I mean, you already got a relationship with TJ. You can always hit me up through the Cal Podcast. If you need us to promote anything, let us know. Our platform is your platform.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the time.
So season 5 Cal Podcast, we're talking about black women. That's TJ, that's Perk. Quita had to handle something. But like I always say, we're going to get better and do better. And y'all have a good night.
G14 classified. That's good.
Long live DJ Star.